Hello everyone, Martin here from Man of York. So today we're just going on a hike in Gloucestershire today and doing the Leckhampton Loop. This is a walk that Rachel chose because she wanted to see the Devil's Chimney, which is a rock formation up on Leckhampton Hill. We've just headed from Seven Springs, and this spring is actually a contender for one of the sources of the Thames. So they like to claim that this little spring that sprouts up becomes the River Churn. It joins the Thames at Cricklade, and they believe that maybe that might be one of the sources. So on this walk we're going to see a hill fort, we're going to see the Devil's Chimney, and hopefully it'll be a pleasant day and hopefully the sun will come out. It's a bit overcast at the moment, but maybe it'll come out better in a bit. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. So it's come out all gloomy and moody now, but it's still atmospheric and the views are nice, and it's still good to be out on a hike in the drizzle and the rain, because that's the English thing to do. We're now looking at the Leckhampton Hill fort in the Rain, which is around 200 to 150 years at BC.
beacons. And then just over there are the Malvern Hills, which are a little bit closer.
So the footpaths on this walk are all along the ridges of a big hill fort on Leckhampton, which was around built around 500 BC to around 250 BC, so before the Roman invasions. And this would have been a very prestigious point because you can see pretty much the whole landscape. So you can see the Malvern Hills, Brecon Beacons in the real far distance. Now you can see Cheltenham and Gloucester as well, but no doubt there would have been small villages there at that time. So just down below is the Devil's Chimney, which is a very unusual rock formation where there's basically just this big pillar of rock, a little bit like a sea stack. There are two theories as to why this is the case, and then one more valid theory. The first theory is that it was kind of eroded just by various different geological erosion things like wind and water, etc., and freeze thaw, but that seems quite unlikely. Most people think that it's to do with quarrying, because this was a quarry at one point, and I think that 18th century quarriers either carved around this one big pillar as a joke, or maybe it was just a really hard bit of rock so they couldn't bother to carve around it. But the most valid reason I've heard is that actually it's the Devil's Chimney. Essentially the devil lived on this hill hundreds upon hundreds of years ago, and when people started building churches in the towns below, he decided that he was going to chuck rocks down at the inhabitants, which sounds very similar to the Devil's Arrows story actually. But anyway, he threw lots of rocks down, but by divine intervention God threw the rocks back, and all these rocks fell upon him and stacked him down underneath the ground. He now lives underground and puffs out smoke from hell from the chimney. So that was a pretty successful walk, a lot less adventurous than the last one, which was quite stressful, and I still have flashbacks to it to this day. But But this one we weren't hampered by a bad guidebook, and we didn't encounter bullocks or storm or things, so it's pretty straightforward and nice. Fantastic views over into Cheltenham and to see the Malvern Hills and things. And I quite like the archaeology, even the industrial archaeology as well. So a pretty good walk all in all, and a part of the country that I've not been to before as well. Like, I have been to Gloucestershire a couple of times before, but I've never been to Cheltenham area, so it's been quite nice seeing a different part of the country. So anyway, I'm going to have my tea now, then we're going to get back and have dinner because I'm starving. So have a lovely weekend and see you all soon. Bye.